Shania Twain. What do you do when life keeps knocking you down, when you lose your parents too young, when your marriage explodes in betrayal, when your very voice begins to disappear? Do you give up, or do you fight harder? This is the extraordinary story of Shania Twain, a woman who went from singing in smoky bars as a child to becoming one of the most successful female artists in history, only to almost lose it all, and then find her way back. She was born Eileen Regina Edwards on the 28th of August 1965 in Windsor, Ontario. When she was just a toddler, her parents split. Her mom, Sharon, later married Jerry Twain, who legally adopted Shania and her sisters. They moved to a mining town called Timmins, and life there was anything but glamorous. Winters were brutal. The house was small and cold, and money was always short. Sometimes there wasn't enough to eat. That's when Shania's voice became more than just a talent. It became survival. By the time she was 8, she was singing in bars at midnight to help pay bills, dodging drunken men, and hiding her body under layers of clothes just to feel safe. The abuse at home was even worse. Her stepfather, Jerry, had a violent temper and beat her mother. At 10 years old, Shania was already defending her mom, once even hitting Jerry with a chair after he nearly killed Sharon. On top of that, she later revealed that Jerry also abused her in ways no child should ever endure. Imagine being a kid, trying to hold your family together, working nights, protecting your siblings, and still waking up for school the next morning. That was Shania's childhood. But music was her escape. By 13, she was performing on local TV and radio. She wrote her first songs as a way to process pain. One of them was about her mom's depression. Her dream was clear, but life wasn't about to make it easy. At 22, just when she was ready to chase her career, her mother and stepfather died in a car crash. Overnight, she was 20, responsible for her younger siblings. She put her dreams on hold and raised them, working at a resort in Huntsville to keep food on the table. For 5 years, she performed nightly shows, singing, dancing, even acting, while being the glue that kept her family together. Eventually, she made it to Nashville. That's when she took on the name the world would know her by, Shania Twain. At first, her demos were rejected, and her debut album in 1993 barely made a dent. But then, she met producer Robert John Mutt Lang. He had worked with bands like AC Divided by DC, and he saw something in Shania. They got married quickly and became a creative powerhouse. Together, they created her 1995 breakthrough album, The Woman in Me. It was bold, mixing pop with country in ways Nashville didn't like. But fans loved it. The record sold more than 12 million copies and won her a Grammy. Still, critics called her music bubblegum and said she wasn't country enough. Some radio stations even banned her. But Shania didn't apologize. Instead, she doubled down. In 1997, she released Come On Over, and nothing would ever be the same. With songs like You're Still the One and Man, I Feel Like a Woman. The album exploded. It became the best-selling album ever by a female artist and changed the sound of country forever. Shania wasn't just a singer, she was a performer who filled stadiums, broke records, and crossed genres like nobody before her. But behind the glittering success, her body was betraying her. In 2003, after being bitten by a tick while horseback riding, she developed Lyme disease. The illness damaged her vocal cords, leaving her voice weak, unstable, and unreliable. She often blacked out or lost balance on stage. For years, doctors couldn't explain what was wrong, and she feared she'd never sing again. Imagine being at the top of your game, only to realize the one thing that defines you and your voice is slipping away. As if that wasn't enough, her marriage to Mutt crumbled in 2008. And the reason? Betrayal? He had been having an affair with her best friend and personal assistant, Marie-Anne Thiebaud. It wasn't a rumor, it was exposed by Marie-Anne's husband, Frédéric Thiebaud. For Shania, it felt like losing her parents all over again. She fell into a deep depression, even considered ending her life. But the thought of her son, Aja, who was just 7 years old at the time, pulled her back. And here's the twist no one saw. Coming out of that heartbreak came love. Shania and Frédéric, both devastated by the same betrayal, leaned on each other and eventually fell in love. They married in 2011, proving that even the deepest wounds can lead to unexpected healing. That same year, she released her memoir, From This Moment On, where she shared the raw truth, the poverty, the abuse, the pain of betrayal, the years of silence. For fans who only saw the glamorous stage star, it was a revelation. Shania wasn't just a pop country queen, she was a survivor. Her comeback wasn't easy. By then, Lyme disease had caused permanent nerve damage in her vocal cords, leading to a condition called dysphonia. She could barely talk, let alone sing. It took a terrifying surgery in 2018, where she had to sing while awake, so doctors could place supportive implants in her throat to give her a second chance. She came out of it with a scar, a deeper voice, and a new determination. When she finally returned with her 2017 album, Now, fans weren't sure what to expect. But she delivered it, debuted at #1, and in 2023, she released Queen of Me, where she tackled aging, self-love, and the freedom that comes with refusing to hide anymore. She even posed topless for the cover art, not for shock value, but as a way of reclaiming the body she once felt ashamed of because of abuse and insecurity. At nearly 60, she was sending a message. I'm not invisible. I'm not done. And neither are you. Her tours since then have been massive, full of energy, aerial stunts, and joy. She even battled back from nearly dying of COVID-19 inches. 2020 pneumonia nearly took her life, but she pulled through. And instead of stepping back, she used that brush with death to remind herself and her fans how precious life really is. Think about it. A little girl singing in bars to pay for groceries, a teenager writing songs to survive abuse, a young woman losing her parents and raising her siblings, a superstar redefining country music while battling a disease that nearly stole her voice, a wife betrayed in the cruelest way, a mother holding on for her son, and then a woman standing tall, scar and all, performing again with the same fire she had at 20. Shania Twain isn't just a singer. She's proof that even after loss, illness, heartbreak, and silence, you can come back not the same as before, but stronger, wiser, and freer. So, let me ask you, which part of her journey hit you the hardest? Was it the childhood battles, the illness, or the betrayal? Drop a comment and let me know. I read every single one. And if this story moved you, give it a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell, because I've got more incredible stories like this coming your way. Because sometimes, the most powerful voices are the ones that almost didn't make it back.